you've mastered the fundamentals, but you still seem to not be able to execute, and you still seem to not be able to get to the results that you want, whether that be in certain exams, in every single exam. I don't know what it is. So this is one of the boys inside Elite Achievers. I know I'm just going to read out what he said to me in the Ask Jed chat. And if you're inside, ask me a question in Ask Jed, like a full, long response. I'll answer you guys. So he said that ever since he joined the community, he's done and understood the fundamentals and how to implement everything. So that's good. He understands that we're helping him with all the fundamentals. But things start to seem fine, but then spiral out of hand. It leads him to things where he completely forgets about his to-do list, like I tell people to do. He falls way too far behind with Anki reviews. He's not creating his Anki cards. He's looking at his traffic light system, but he's not implementing the small things. He's lowering activation energy. He's not doing his Anki deck, the question deck, and so forth. There's quite a few parts of this response. I'll read the whole thing out, then I'll answer every part and teach you exactly how to fix this. It also leads him to making to the fact that he hasn't, to the point, can't read. Hasn't created Anki cards for these two subjects. Essentially, he's all read until the point where he's almost halfway through into the year. He's in year 11. He also feels mentally drained having tight assessment schedules. He's got past failures, and he wants to become someone he's always wanted to become. Consistent, staying active, trying to do everything, but it feels too much to do. He's vulnerable to mood swings, hurtful and annoying comments from his mates, people boasting about their marks that they're better than them, blah, blah, blah. Good habits. Atomic habits because of me. On top of that, he wants to achieve great marks and religiously use the system, but he just hasn't been doing it. This is pretty deep. Life for him feels pretty messed up. It's impossible to get rid of this burden. Good mates, but not the right mentality. He wants to become someone that gets first, second, and third in his subjects. It would be a dream to become Dux and prove everyone wrong. But, he can't do it. Now, there's a couple of things that I'm just going to list here. First of all, it's the fundamentals we're going to go through. Then the to-do list. Then just the mental drain with all the assessments. Then a really important quote that I think will fully fix your issue, which will lead to you actually being more effective with your system. And then last, we're going to touch on like your friends and that sort of stuff. So I really love this format of YouTube video. If you guys want me to do more of these, literally just post inside Elite Achievers in the Ask Jed section and make sure you title it something. Don't title it YouTube video. Title it like what the title of the video should be. And then give me a whole rundown of your situation, and I'll make a video, like a longer video on this. So first of all, we're going to talk about the fundamentals. So you're inside Elite Achievers. If you guys are inside Elite Achievers, we give you the fundamentals because no tutor or teacher tells you what to do. We teach you every single subject and give you the fundamentals. So this is why I started the 30-day challenge, because it's all well and good to actually know what the fundamentals are. Just like going to the gym, it's all well and good to have the perfect gym plan. That's what we're doing for you guys. We're giving you the perfect gym plan inside Elite Achievers. But if you don't go out and actually do it, and execute on that gym plan, then it doesn't mean shit, right? That's why we do the 30-day challenge. So the first 30 days that you're inside the community, you're going to do the 30-day challenge, which is 2 hours of focused work, traffic light system, Anki, posting your stuff, proof in YPT, and we get you to do that for this exact reason. Now, the to-do list is a very important thing, and Arnaf is saying that he's actually forgetting to do his to-do list, and he's falling way too far behind with his Anki reviews, not creating them. Now, I've got a quote, and this is the most important part of this video. This quote changed my life, and it's the reason why, look at this, I'm up at 6:45 recording this video. I woke up at 4:30 today. A lot of you guys are like, that's crazy. I run a 6-figure business, nearly 7-figure business. I am 19 years old, hitting the gym, and I feel so much purpose when I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, getting to it. I feel like nothing productive happens when I'm up past 9 p.m, which is why I go to bed at like 8:39 and wake up at 4:30, 5 a.m. There's this quote I heard, and it completely changed my life. I struggle a lot with low self-esteem because, as you guys know, I've been in hospital with mental hospitals and that sort of stuff. A lot of it's from like childhood stuff I went through, like with parents and family and some messed up stuff. One quote that I learnt, I think I heard it from someone off YouTube, that really changed my perspective. I was sitting there in hospital waiting for myself to get through this situation and being like, I want to be someone that's productive. I want to be someone that's confident. Positive thought doesn't come before positive action. Positive action comes before positive thought. If you want positive thought, if you want to feel like the man, like Arnav said here, he wants to feel like his life's so messed up and it's an impossible burden to get rid of. He wants to feel like someone who can get first, second, or third. He wants to have the habits, like he wants to have these habits. He's vulnerable to mood swings. He wants to be someone that forms good habits. Becoming that person, having the positive thought in your mind as that person, does not come before the actions. Guys, having these good habits and actually doing these actions comes before being the person who gets first, second, or third in the subjects. So you need to commit for at least a couple of weeks to actually having the positive actions first before you can have the positive thought. You will have a couple of weeks of feeling like absolute shit and doing the actions. Like right now, I'm kind of in it because I've been in and out. Woke up at 4:30, been doing so for the past week, and I'm still not feeling the best about myself. But I know if I keep doing this for the next couple of weeks, I will feel amazing about myself because positive action always comes before positive thought. This is the reason why, and you mentioned this here, brother. This is the reason why I said, you think about my words to the goal before the actions. The goal and the action, so the actions before the goals, focusing on the actions before the goals. Action always comes before thought. So if you want to become that person, if you want to get those results, you need to act before the thought. Act before the outcome. Which is why I'm here waking up at 4:30, because in a couple of months or a year of me doing this every day, I'm going to feel amazing about myself. So, your biggest issue is that you know the fundamentals, but you're not actually executing. I'm not trying to be like a dick, but it seems like you're breaking the promises to yourself. If you continue to break the promises to yourself and be lazy and break promises and scroll when you should be studying and sleep in past your alarm and not do your to-do list, you are breaking the promise to yourself. You are subconsciously telling yourself, I don't respect myself. I think I'm lazy. I don't respect myself and what I'm doing. You will subconsciously start believing that. And that's why you feel like your life's so messed up and you feel like it's a burden to get rid of. You have no discipline. As soon as I started having discipline in my life and purpose, God-given purpose, I started feeling way better. And that honestly fixed me much more than a lot of psychologists and stuff could trying to help me from my childhood trauma. I literally just fixed myself, getting up at 4:30, my daily routine, and action comes before thought. So you can't sit there and try to think yourself out of situations. You can never sit there and think yourself out of situations. You must always act. That's my first thing. Positive action comes before positive thought. If you want positive thought, if you want positive results, if you want to feel good about yourself, you need positive action first, which is why I'm getting up at 4:30 in the morning, recording this video, as you can see, at 6:50 in the morning. Start with that. So, you've already answered to yourself. How can you get yourself out of the situation? Well, these habits that you're not doing, you need to be doing. Now, if you're forgetting to do them on the to-do list, this is what I do. I have a to-do list app, which I have here. And yeah, right now I'm doing this. I have red as non-negotiable. So you guys can use a to-do list app. It's called Todoist. Search that up. Basically, all you got to do is have P1 is red, P2 is orange, P3 is blue. That's my priority. So there's 3 levels of priorities. These are my red priorities for today. These are my orange or second priorities for today. And these are my third priorities for today. And these are just like background tasks that I have to do. I want to learn Arabic, train, do some stories, check the community, that sort of stuff. My success in a day is based off this. Now, when I first started doing this, it took about 2 weeks for me to actually remember to check it. But I have it as the widget. Now, do I have my phone with me? Yes, I do. So my phone, you got to change your environment to make it so that you doing these tasks is literally inevitable. So this is the start of my phone, the front of my phone. Let me just full screen myself so you guys can see me here. This is the front of my phone. So basically, I've got my calendar, I've got my meditation app, which I broke my streak yesterday. I've got Duolingo because I'm currently learning Arabic because I'm moving to Dubai. I've got my screen time and I've got my to-do list. This is the most important thing. This is the most important thing in my day. I actually moved, and this is one thing that I want you guys to do. I actually moved from doing lots of time blocking to actually just religiously doing my to-do list and waking up really early. I don't time block much anymore. All I do is time block meetings and calls that I have. Other than that, my Bible is this. My life is just this to-do list. I've got it on my phone, on my laptop, and I literally... And the best thing about this is... Oh, wait. Let me turn my volume up and my ringer on. Listen. Whenever you check a task off, you get that sound. I know, it's just very it's just satisfying. That's the first thing I would do for you guys. Anna, for you, brother, and any one of you that's struggling. Most of you, 99% of you, I guarantee you aren't. You're breaking promises to yourself. Like, let's be real. How the fuck do you feel like you're going to think of yourself as that person and become a dux like I did and think of yourself as a dux? Think about it. To achieve the goals, you need to become the person. To become a millionaire like I'm trying to become, I have to become the millionaire and do the things that a millionaire would do. Wake up at 4:30, have the routine, deep work, commit to myself. If you want to become the dux, and I can tell you because I was the dux, right? If you want to do those things, you know the fundamentals you need to execute. Like in Elite Achievers, I've given you the fundamentals. We give you how to study, productivity. We give you the mindset. I've given you the to-do list stuff to do. I've given you, like in there, there's all, like we're literally giving you, let me get this back. Guys, we're giving you all of the subject guides, like all of the subject guides. We've even got HSC trial masterclasses. Every single subject, we're teaching you the subjects. Like, come in here. We're teaching you all the subjects. We've given you all the stuff, but you still can't execute. Why? Because you're not taking action. You need to take ruthless action to get ruthless positive thinking. That's what you need to do. Atomic Habits is a great book to be reading, but you need to form these habits. You need to tick them off, like habit tracking, or even just make it your norm. Like, I've made this my norm. I woke up this morning at 4:30. I woke up, I literally had a cold shower. I did some prayer and meditation, and yeah, and this is my religious belief, because I'm Christian and I'm Catholic and I fully believe in it. And I fully believe that God is real, because I didn't get into medicine. As you guys know, I didn't get into medicine, and I should have got into medicine. I got a 99 ATAR, and I got a, let me come back here. I got a 99 ATAR, and I got a 3,000 and something UCAT. Obviously, it's changed now. I should have got into medicine somewhere, like Western Sydney, Newcastle. I got knocked back. I also applied for a job at a hospital as a orderly and got knocked back, and should have got accepted because there were so many jobs, and I got knocked back. I should have got accepted, but I didn't. Fast forward, I started posting on social media, and I've dropped out of uni, and now I'm going full in on Elite Achievers, helping you guys absolutely ace high school. Now, if I had got into medicine, I wouldn't have been able to drop out, because it's like medicine. So you guys got to understand, I fully believe, because of stuff I've gone through, I've been in hospital, I've gone through hardships, that God is completely real, and He's putting me on this path. Now, why I say this, and you don't have to have a religious belief, but have this belief that you were not put on this earth to be lazy. You were not put on this earth to not fulfill your potential. Now, I believe as a Catholic, as a Christian, I'm not trying to impose my beliefs on you, because this is not a religious belief. This is like a genuine belief as a human. I believe that one of the 7 deadly sins is sloth. Now, sloth is literally laziness. God didn't create you in His perfect image for you to lay around and scroll on TikTok all day and not study. He put you on this earth to fulfill your potential and fulfill the plan. Like, He put me on this earth to fulfill this plan that I'm doing right now, of making these videos, of starting this business, of helping you guys ace school and become the best versions of yourself. This is my God-given purpose right now. You don't need to believe in God. You don't need to be religious. But understand that you were not put on this earth to be a lazy piece of shit. You were not put on this earth to say that you're going to do, I'm going to become Dux, I'm going to become captain, I'm going to ace my school, whatever, ace my exams, and then do this like you're doing INF. Now, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to give you motivation and hard facts. It's not toxic. It's just truth. You're in this city situation. Life feels messed up, and it's a possum burden to get rid of. You need to be 100% accountable and say, I've put myself in this shit situation. It is my fault and my fault only. I am going to fulfill my potential. I was not put on this earth for sloth, for laziness to not fulfill my potential. How do you do that? Ruthless action. I don't care about goals anymore. I don't care about how much money I make. I don't care about material possessions. I don't care about anything material, followers. I don't care. All I care about is making these videos, doing my work, helping you guys. All you should care about is doing the study and doing the work. I'm sick to death of people telling me, I want to get this ATAR, I want to get this ATAR. Cool. Think about the outcome you want to get. You need to be focusing on the actual work. So, to-do list. Optimize your life for this, guys. Please, optimize your life for a to-do list. You need to just optimize for a to-do list. You are not put on this earth for sloth. You are not put on this earth for laziness. Please fulfill your potential and do the work. Anki review, traffic light system, put weekly reminders, like every week on Sunday, traffic light system, blah, blah, blah. Anki review every single day. Tick it off. Make it so that your day is only successful based off if you tick everything off on your to-do list. It will take a couple of weeks for you to get used to it, but that'll happen. Now, what else we've got to go through? That's the fundamentals in the to-do list. And that quote, my favorite quote, and I'm going to write it here because it's very important. Action, how do I write? So, action always comes before thought. So if you have positive action, if you want positive thought, you need to have positive action. That's just how it works, right? Positive action, so you have the action, and then you have the identity. That's how it works. Over a long period of time, you have action, my writing sucks, I wish I could write my iPad. Action, and this is just reps. So with lots of reps, action becomes identity. Think about it in the gym. This is like a dumbbell. This is like a sucks dumbbell. And this is me with my like skinny arms. I'm a twig. This is me repping that thing out. I'm doing it up and down. As I keep doing that, this becomes huge, bro. Look at this. Massive. Okay, that didn't work. Massive arm. Big biceps. This is me. Massive bicep. I wish. As I keep doing this, we know in the gym that you grow muscle with reps, right? Reps. That's the same thing that happens with your identity and your discipline. It's all a reps thing. You need to actually start and have the positive action first, then comes anything. If you want any sort of positive outcome in thoughts, in results, action always comes first, which is why I say don't think about your ATAR goal, just do the work. Arnaf, you need ruthless action. I'm not trying to be toxic and be a dickhead. You need ruthless action if you're not in the situation you want right now and you're not achieving what you want. Okay, so next thing is the mental drain with assessments. He says here that he feels mentally drained having tight assessment schedules, past failures, and he wants to become someone who's always become consistent, active, and doing anything. Now, I can give you the cheap answer like, oh, just time block better. But no, your issue, bro, is not time blocking. Your issue is the same thing we just talked about. The reason everything's so tight for you is because you're not doing ruthless action enough. Like right now, even when I'm on tight deadlines, I'm on a very tight deadline right now. I'm moving away in a week and I've got so much work to do that I have to do in Australia, and I'm meeting up with friends as I go away. I'm just executing so ruthlessly that it literally, time blocking, I've actually moved away from time blocking. Like I used to make a big emphasis on it, but I've actually moved away from it a lot. Because if you just sit down and do the work when you're supposed to do it, you won't feel as stressed. I guarantee you. Now, big thing here is you feel mentally drained because of past failures. You actually have a thing in your mind that when I go to study, I know that I'm going to scroll TikTok for half an hour. I know that I'm going to be distracted. I've got my phone here and I'm still not distracted. I know like that. You guys don't have that. So if you want to become someone who you've always wanted to become, consistent, staying active and trying to do everything, it feels too much to do because your current identity that you have and your current past, like your vision of yourself and your view of yourself can't do it. You've got to create the person that can do it. Once again, I believe I was put on this earth by God to literally fulfill my potential, become the best version of me possible. You guys might not be religious or believe in that. You might not be spiritual or religious. I don't care. It doesn't matter about your conviction. All that matters is everyone should agree with me right now that everyone was put on this earth to fulfill their potential and achieve their best results. I'll just have a little water break. Everyone was put on this earth to fulfill your potential. So you having mental drain with assessments is because you are burning out because your view of yourself, your identity, the version of you now can't deal with it. Become the person who can deal with it. Your issue will be fixed if you just stick to being consistent with the to-do list and be ruthless action. How many days have you ever had a perfect day where you have less than an hour of screen time, don't touch your phone, study? You need to get dopamine from doing the work and become that person that does that. Alrighty. You're also vulnerable to mood swings, hurtful and annoying comments by mates, especially when someone boasts their marks about how better they are. Someone gets being someone who wants to form good habits, like reading before bed, perfect. I do that. Waking up early, perfect. Did that 4:30 this morning. Nothing gets gels together properly. Now, all of this will be fixed if you become the person. Imagine me. Do you think I give a shit when people come to me and say about like talk shit about me, like oh my god you're cringe, or oh my god I'm doing better than you? No, because I'm the person who's getting up and doing the work. I'm getting at it. I'm fulfilling my potential. I couldn't give a shit what people say about me because I am doing the work I need to get done. That's why life feels so messed up for you, bro. I'm going to be real with you. I've been in your situation. I've been having lots of addiction to social media and other stuff. I've been in terrible situations in mental hospitals like literally 4 months ago. Every single time I'm in these situations, I turn around. How do I turn it around? Action. I don't sit there and feel sorry about myself and want to talk about my issues. Talking about this sort of stuff is not going to do much for you. Action always fixes stuff in life. Action always fixes the problem. So you have the fundamentals, brother. You need to take ruthless action. Get your to-do list on. Please, guys. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care. Girl, boy, alien, cat, dog. You need ruthless action. Genuinely. You will fix the identity. You will fix the mental drain. You will fix all this sort of stuff if you fully believe in the fact that positive action comes before positive thought. You need action, reps to have the positive identity. That will fix and you'll become someone that is not vulnerable to mood swings and hurtful comments because you have that core identity in yourself. You'll actually be able to keep the habit. Like the habits always come first. Life won't feel so messed up and impossible. And it'll be amazing. And then you'll get to become the person who gets first, second, or third. That is my take on that. Yeah, God bless, brother. Like, you're an absolute freak. You've been in the community for a while, enough. And any of you guys that aren't inside, you guys are missing out. If you want to learn exactly how to ace school and get taught every single subject, get taught exactly how to study, weekly and daily support. We also have right now is trials period. So we have literally more calls in a week than there are days in a week. We are currently doing trials videos. This is the call starting next week. We've got like 15, 6, nearly, I think 18 calls a week, nearly 20 calls a week, including the trials masterclasses, plus daily support in the community. You get your essays marked every single day, all that sort of stuff. If you're keen to join or just check it out, if you're interested, check the link in the description to just check out the details and join. Elite Achievers, it's very cheap, literally less than the price of one tutoring session per month for everything. And you get to join and network with a lot of students like this. That's kind of it, brother. Look, I think you just need ruthless action. It'll fix all of your issues. It's literally the silver bullet. Ruthless action is always a silver bullet that will fix all of your issues. You also said that you had an idea for the newsletter to start. I can send out daily words or wisdom or quotes. I was actually thinking of doing this, like making a thread, but I can't add more threads. I was thinking of getting rid of the traffic light system thread and making it like Jed's daily wisdom or something like that. Let me know what you guys think. If you think Jed's daily wisdom would be a cool thing in the community. If you're not inside, check the link in the description. You are missing out. We're growing so quickly. We're going to be at 1,000 members very soon. And other than that, ruthless action is exactly what you need. Have a great day, guys. God bless. Remember, positive action always comes before positive thought.